Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good day after the snowpocalypse, as everybody's a little sore from shoveling and snow blowing, and I have yet to do any of it.
Are you kidding? Well, I've snowblowed for you and for me. And a big shout out to my neighbor across the street. I had blown out the driveways that I needed to do this morning. And then the plow comes, of course. And I just didn't know how I was going to fit in getting that. I was going to make myself just a big enough hole to get out. And then I see my neighbor from across the street walk across and take care of me. So, Brad, thank you. Oh, my goodness. I texted him. I said, you are the neighbor of the day for sure, because I didn't know how I was going to get that done. And then I didn't have to worry about it.
I got home so late, and it was still snowing that I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let it finish up if I remember to go outside.
Yeah, you're the guy who drives all over it, though.
Well, yeah, but I was talking about the sidewalk. I was more worried about the sidewalk.
Yeah, right, because you have to do that.
Yeah, you have to do the sidewalk, and then my parents' driveway. So I'm going to be busy at noon today.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, in the neighborhood that we moved into, we don't have sidewalks. And I got to tell you, don't miss those sidewalks. Not one single bit. It's great not to have a sidewalk. I mean, we've got a little sidewalk going up to our front steps, but that's it. None of that city-owned stuff that goes across your whole yard. I don't miss that one single bit. And in the house that we used to live in, we shared a driveway with someone who wintered in Florida.
Oh.
So you can guess who was doing the plowing. And, man, I've never been so glad to get away from those two things. So, anyway, yeah, I think I plowed the driveway maybe 3 or maybe 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, yesterday. I just kept moving. I kept ahead of it. And like I told you, we had a neighbor that was out of town, and so I took care of that, but I saw that his son came this morning and took care of the plow ridge, so I didn't have to go down and do that one either. So, you know, it takes a village.
Yep.
And, you know, so John and I had walked down to the end of the block, and we were, you know, helping out, and on the way back, there was another driveway, and he looks at me, and he's like, come on, let's do it. So we just pulled in, and, you know, you get going, and and you could do it so fast, and it wasn't like it was, you know, inches and inches and inches. So it went fast, and you know, it feels good to help out your neighbors. And then this morning, then the favor was returned, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes a village, and it's good to have a village of great neighbors.
I remember I was been about 16 or 17. I was hanging out with a buddy of mine. We got a lot of snow, and for some stupid reason, because we were teenagers, we decided to shovel the street.
Oh.
So we shoveled the entire block on Maple.
Oh,
in front of his
my
house.
Goodness. Okay, that is a big undertaking.
Yeah. We just did it. We, you know, shoveled his grandma's house, and then we went out in front of his place, and then we're like, well, let's just keep going. And
well, you and I have talked many times about how if you have to do the sidewalk in front of your house, you just keep going. You just go down the block.
Yeah, with my snowblower, if I'm normally the first one out, which
I usually am.
Usually I am, but as of lately, I've been kind of one of the last ones. But because usually I do it at night,
right?
And usually it's kind of done, but we were still scheduled to get like 3 more inches, and I'm like, man.
Okay, so here's what I did this morning. I couldn't decide, so my alarm went off like normal for me to get up and go to the Y. So I get all dressed up, and it looked like a little bit of snow. I should be able to push that.
Yeah.
Well, it was a little heavier than that, and then when John had left, he had shoveled off his side of the driveway before he drove out, which is great, and I appreciate that because he knows it makes me crazy when he drives on it. But at 3 a.m, you can't really start the snowplow, you know. And so he made some bigger piles that it was just easier with the snowblower. Yeah. So anyway, got that out this morning. So I get in the car, ready to go to the Y. I open the garage door, and I'm about ready to back out, and I see how deep the snow is, and I see those piles that I have to go through. I put it back in park. I closed the door and went and got my snow blowing stuff on, and off I went.
Hey, so one thing we are going to check in on is we got a little bit of breaking news about a bus accident yesterday. Where it rolled, and we're going to go out to the newsroom in KBRFradio.com news and Derek Sidian. And Derek, what's the latest on that?
Yeah, a school bus rolled near Star Lake during Tuesday's snowfall. The Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office says that around 1:37 Tuesday afternoon, an Otter Tail coach's school bus rolled in the ditch on 380th Street in rural Dent. The bus was occupied by only the driver and one juvenile, and neither were injured in the accident. Deputies say that the bus went into the ditch due to the snow-covered roads and limited visibility. The steep road ditch caused the school bus to roll onto the side. For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian. Get more news at KBRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.
So it's good to see nobody injured in that rollover, but it's one of those reasons why, they're canceling school yesterday.
Absolutely.
Why?
So if you wondered why they were closing school, that's the reason why. So many kids live out in the country, and those buses, and now our buses are driving all over Creation. I see buses from Underwood coming into Fergus Falls, and I think it goes the other direction too. So a lot of buses in lots of rural areas. And yesterday there were a couple of times where it was just plain hard to see, even driving right in town.
Yeah, I'd peek my head out every once in a while. Obviously, I was here till almost 6, updating cancellations, and then all the other stuff I do around here. So it was one of those things where I just kind of popped my head out and went, ooh, but I've got a Jeep, so I can get through it.
I know, that's great. And the city has done a great job.
Oh, city's done an excellent job.
Yeah, all the city streets are already plowed today, and so we're grateful for that. And so I think Snowmageddon this time around is kind of over for now.
Yep. We're going to see some more snow a couple times this week, and
then
gonna
it's
get cold.
Gonna get cold, really cold. So anyway, and I don't feel like we got that layer of glazy ice like we thought we might.
We got a little bit because
there was some, but
it took a while to get that off my windshield and my windows this
Okay.
morning. Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of had to sit there in my car for about 10 minutes to.
Oh, okay. So it did come.
Yeah.
It didn't feel. It felt like blowing regular snow when I was blowing snow today.
Yeah.
It didn't feel heavy or wet, and so that's good news. All right. Well, when we've had really a couple of storms now already, and it's not even quite the middle of the month.
No.
So yeah. Anyway, here we go. Winter is here to stay, I might add.
Yep.
Yeah, and this was not a leaf blower snow.
No.
It certainly was not. All right. Well, new scrutiny has fallen on former Minnesota Department of Education leaders as the Feeding Our Future scandal tied to Governor Tim Walz widens and President Trump announces new measures targeting fraud in the state of Minnesota. Feeding Our Future was a Minnesota nonprofit that aimed to feed low-income children. I always ask myself, but was that ever really their plan?
I mean, on paper, it's a great thing. You need to feed the kids.
Absolutely.
Especially if they've got a family that can't afford it, you have to feed them.
But federal prosecutors claimed that it illegally funneled more than $250 million in taxpayer funds. That is right out of your pocket and right out of my pocket. And they used shell companies, and they used the money to purchase luxury cars, residential and commercial real estate, international travel, and expensive jewelry. And anyway.
I wonder if they've gotten any of it back.
Well, and you and I are pretty skeptical in how this is going to go. But anyway, there were people responsible for this program, and they just plain dropped the ball. In 2018, they conducted its only administrative review of the Child and Adult Care Food Program, the operations. And according to a 120-page report from the Minnesota Legislative Auditor Judy Randall and Special Reviews Director Catherine Thiessen, reviewed by Fox News Digital, they failed to act on warning signs known to the department prior to the onset of COVID-19 pandemic and prior to the start of the alleged fraud. So they saw things were happening and they just plain sat on it. During the period when the alleged scheme was forming, this group was led by Brenda Casilius through January 2019 when Walz took office. Then Governor Walz appointed Mary Catherine Ricker, now at the Albert Shanker Institute, which is affiliated with the American Federation of Teachers, to succeed her. Walz announced that Ricker's appointment on December of 2018. and she began formally serving in 2019. Anyway, as of June 24th, the 2024 audit, they had conducted one administrative review of those operations.
Wow.
Yeah. And MDE received at least 30 complaints about Feeding Our Future during the combined 10 years of both of those women previously mentioned. By law, state agencies must promptly investigate complaints received or irregularities noted in connection with those programs, and that just plain did not happen. They went on to say Walz has been an absolute failure in combating fraud, says GOP gubernatorial challenger Robbins, and I couldn't agree more. There is so much fraud in this state, and it's no surprise to any of them. They all knew it was going on,
yeah.
and they let it. And not only is that money out of your pocket and mine, but it is money that is being funneled into not only luxury cars and jewelry, that's bad enough, but sending it to Somalia to support terrorists. That's a big deal. I hope President Trump takes this right to the board.
And I wonder how much of it got funneled back to politicians.
Probably a good chunk there too. I mean, there's enough fraud to go around, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who have, been on the wrong side of things on both sides of the aisle. But it sure needs to be cleaned up, and I hope they throw the book at every single one of them. President Trump has reversed his earlier stance on releasing footage of the September 2nd strike on the alleged drug boat that killed 2 survivors. Pressed by ABC, Trump said, "Whatever Hegseth wants to do is okay with me." The defense secretary has not committed to releasing the video, citing security concerns. And I just wonder why do we need to see that? What does that do?
The media's grasping at straws.
I guess. And I don't know how you feel about that, but so there were two people who did not perish in the first strike, but they're still part of that illegal drug trafficking.
Well, the thing I heard, it was the mission was to sink the boat. The first strike did not sink the boat, so they strike again to sink the boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I heard. It's like, that's
okay,
pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, exactly.
You're there to sink the boat, sink the boat.
A federal judge has approved the Justice Department's request to unseal extensive grand jury transcripts and evidence from Ghislaine Maxwell's New York sex trafficking case under the new Epstein Files Transparency Act. The judge said the law covers grand jury materials, unclassified records, and investigative documents. He ordered victims' identities to be redacted. What do you think about this one? Beginning today, Australians under the age of 16 are going to lose access to major social media platforms under a new national law. The measure blocks 10 popular sites, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Reddit, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Snapchat, and Threads. Companies face fines up to $32 million for violations, not users or parents. Ages must be verified through facial age checks. So if you're a kid trying to get around this, you have to provide a photo on any of those platforms, and they will check your age. They'll verify your age. At least that'll be a start for them by your photo.
Wow.
Now, I don't think that's. I know some girls who are 13 who look like they're 20. So I don't know if that's going to work, if that's their only verification. But I don't know. What do you think? I think
I'm all for it. I think 16 is a good age.
I do too.
14 would have been I would have been okay with, but I think 16 is a good age.
Well, Facebook, I think, was always you couldn't join Facebook unless you were 13 years old. Mm-hmm. But who's going to know how old you are when you sign up for a Facebook page?
I have to just click a box. Yes,
right.
I am 13 years of age.
Yes, so there has to be some constraints in that regard. Now, there's actually some teens who are affected by this in Australia who are mounting a legal defense against it. Now, I don't know how far they're going to get, but they say that it takes away their constitutional rights. So we'll see how that goes. The Powerball jackpot, it's going up again, $930 million.
Oh, it's because I forgot to buy my ticket on Monday.
There you go. No ticket matched all the numbers in Monday night's drawing. The winning numbers were 8, 32, 52, 56, and 64, and the Powerball was 23. Monday's estimated $875 million prize was the 7th largest in the game's history. The new jackpot has a cash value of $429 million, and the last Powerball jackpot was won in September. So, there you go.
That's some walking around money.
That is some walking around money for sure. In fact, I found myself doing that this morning when I saw this story on the news. Found myself like we always do. What would you do if you won? What would be the first things that you would use the money for? And it's always so fun to put yourself in that position. But then I heard some of the stats. We've heard this one many times before. Much more apt to be struck by lightning than win the Powerball.
Mm-hmm.
You have a much greater chance of winning a gold medal in the Winter Olympics than you do winning the Powerball. So right there, that should tell you.
I still might throw my $2 in.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I'm not going to do more than $2. I used to play like 10, but now
Right.
I'll do 2.
Right, and you know, you made a great point when I said, well, you know, when it gets to be big like that, so many people are in and your chances become less. But like you said,
it's always the same.
It's always the same. It's the
Whether you have
dropping
to
of the ball.
Yeah,
right?
whether you have to split it or
It's
not.
what numbers come up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so it doesn't really matter. So your chances are just as good. And yeah, so why not waste $2? I've done that on half a coffee before. All right, coming up on the bottom of the hour, we'll take a break. We're back with more on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
At Runestone Insurance, you're more than just a policy number. You're part of a family that has supported this community for more than 30 years. Stop in anytime for a friendly chat and honest coverage that fits your life. Begin your quote at runestoneinsurance.com. Insuring a bright future.
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure, sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Zach Daniels.
And I'm Dave Bishop, your guide to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Elbow Lake Co-op Grain is proud to support West Central area schools during this Christmas concert season. Just like a good harvest, strong communities grow through shared moments and traditions. Wishing you a season filled with joy and a warm holiday celebration from Elbow Lake Co-op Grain.
Previously on the Under the Hood Show. When I was a kid, I had a chance to get a chemistry set.
I got
only
the
I'd have
chemistry
known.
set, and I started experimenting with the baking soda and the vinegar thing, you know, and how cool that was. And of course, you know, I had to overdo it like I do everything, and I got it on a little bigger level, and I got in a lot of trouble, and we had to buy new carpet for the living room. It was not good.
You should listen to the Nordstrom's Under the Hood Show with the Motor Medics right here, KBRF, 1250 AM, every Saturday at 10 a.m.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
Dairy pumps that were designed more than 50 years ago do not meet today's large dairy farm requirements. Bopeller pumps by McFinn Technologies were born and patented this century with a unique and innovative design that ensures gentle, low-shear pumping along with efficient, high capacity and long seal life. Bopeller pumps for all your applications will ensure your dairy is operating with 21st century technology. Bopeller is American innovation. Contact your dealer today.
morning. Market update time here on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Tyler Donaldson. Grains market starting out today's trade a bit mixed here with corn 2 to 3 cents lower. Soybeans and wheat both trading mixed here. Yesterday's neutral WASDE report did little to impact the markets, but Total Farm Marketing market analyst John Heinberg says that it did raise some questions about carryover in the grains for the January report.
The USDA report yesterday really, like I said, didn't give us a whole lot of information for especially the wheat market and the soybean market. Now, we did like that demand raise on corn, bumping exports up to a total of $3.2 billion for the year, which will wind up being a record if achieved. You know, that brought carryover close to that $2 billion mark. Now the market's going to stay more focused on that January report. Does the yield come down? What do they do with feed usage? All those different things that are still kind of wild cards out there in terms of this corn market.
Cattle markets trading slightly higher.
Yeah, we're a little firmer today. I mean, obviously, we're starting to anticipate cash trade coming together here in the live cattle market. Haven't seen anything really. It's pretty quiet out there from talking to the producers I talked to about it. We'll see if something starts getting developed in that regard. That could give us some strength. We've had a heck of a price recovery, but maybe getting an area where we have to kind of claw through to get through this point. So I'm a little bit cautious here, obviously, but again, cattle market is something that seems like wants to be traded more now than actually focus on fundamentals. Hog market got some decent strength there today. We got the expiration of the December contract coming soon, but at least seeing a nice little turn in that February, April contract.
You are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
From budgeting to year-end analysis and goal setting, North Dakota Farm Management delivers another set of eyes in a one-on-one client-based program.
To me, I think we're just another tool in the toolbox. We provide a crucial resource to achieve your goals and to make sound business decisions and make sure that farm stays profitable for generations to come.
Take control of your records and your future. Visit ndfarmmanagement.com to connect with an instructor near you.
Next on our Corn Hall of Fame tour, Pioneer brand Power Core Enlist corn.
Ooh, look at all the trophies.
Yes, Power Core Enlist beats competitors with a 7.7 bushel per acre yield advantage. 3 distinct modes of pest control action and unsurpassed herbicide flexibility mean above ground pests and weeds can't win.
But what if they try?
They wouldn't dare. Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/powerup.
Early mornings, late nights, rain, snow, sunshine. It's the rhythm of the day for the American farmer and rancher. We get it. The Red River Farm Network is here to help you make informed decisions for your farm. We're proud to deliver farm news, markets, and weather to the innovators and decision makers. Trust Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, Jamie Dickerman, and Drew Lerner, delivering the information that impacts your bottom line. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
Imagine this. You gather a stadium full of farmers, step up to the podium, and tell them about your business. What would that be worth to you and your company? This is Don Wick from the Red River Farm Network. We fill that stadium every day with some of the most progressive-minded, forward-thinking farmers and ranchers around the world. Find out how the Red River Farm Network can carry your message to farmers and ranchers. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
March wheat Minneapolis is up a quarter of a cent to 576.5. Chicago March wheat 7.5 lower to 527. KC wheat's a nickel lower at 521 3/4. December corn down 3 3/4 to 437. January soybeans are up 2 cents at 10.89 1/4. January canola is 220 per metric ton lower to 617.60 Canadian. December live cattle are up 7 cents to 226.90. January feeders are up 2.15 at 337.65. December hogs down 2 cents to 82.47. Reporting agriculture's business, you are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Don't wait until your garage door sounds like this. Easy Open Garage Doors here to help, whether you're in need of repair or a new opener, or maybe it's just time to replace the whole door. Make it easy and give Easy Open Garage Door a call, 770-DOOR. I retired a year ago and found myself with time on my hands. Then I heard Otter Tail Coaches was looking for AM and PM route drivers. It fits my schedule, and I love seeing the kids every day. $2,000 signing bonus and starting pay $21.85 an hour. Call Otter Tail Coaches in Fergus Falls.
Knotty Pine is wishing West Central area schools a wonderful Christmas concert season.
The holidays bring cozy moments, good company, and celebrations that brighten the whole community. From our team to your family, warm holiday wishes from Knotty Pine in Elbow Lake.
Holiday parties call for something special, and Cora's Closet and Home has the sparkle. From glittery tops to elegant dresses, you'll walk in looking fabulous without breaking the bank. Cora's Closet and Home, Fergus Falls, open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 4.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone going through today. Topping out at 19, we'll see that drop fairly quickly. We'll hit a 0 for tonight's low. 16 tomorrow's high. More snow tomorrow and into tomorrow night. They're saying about 1 to 2 inches of snow. And it's going to blow around on Friday, and it's going to be cold as Saturday. 14 below for Friday night's low. 5 below for Saturday's high. 22 below for Saturday night's low. Then back up around 6 for Sunday's high. Right now, Fergus Falls currently sitting in at a little bit of snow flurries and 16 at your forecast on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Morning Talk brought to you this morning and every morning by our friends over at Pioneer Care and at Fergus Falls Monument Company.
Stop the snow. Stop the snow.
Stop the air conditioning.
I know. Who turns on the air conditioning?
I don't know.
I do. We're going to have words here later. Oh, boy. Okay, so do you have fun things planned for parties and that kind of thing? I've got something going on tonight and tomorrow night, both holiday parties. A Christmas get-together this weekend with family, and then one more party after that.
I have to do the Friday and Saturday games, so I'm going to be staying in Grand Forks Friday night. So yeah, that's fun. And then
is it holiday tournament? Oh, okay.
Hockey. So we've got Grand Forks one day, Thief River the next. So Mark and I are staying up in Grand Forks.
Okay. All right.
But outside of that, really not doing too much. Obviously, getting ready for we'll have we usually have a holiday party here, and then we'll do.
Do we know when that holiday party here is yet?
I do not know.
I don't know either. Okay, well, good. Sometimes, due to my email address, I get left out of the loop. So sometimes I don't know.
We'll loop you in.
You make sure to loop me in, okay, when you get those details. Well, this is an interesting story. An analysis, and whoever thinks of analyzing this kind of thing, but they analyzed 38 million obituaries.
Whoa.
To show you what that reveals. Kind of interesting. This is spanning 30 years to determine what Americans value in a meaningful life. The study found tradition and religious faith appeared in over 80% of obituaries.
I believe it.
That's good. I like that. Benevolence or caring for others appeared in 76%. Let's see. Gender differences persist beyond death, with men remembered more for achievements, and women were remembered more for their caring behaviors. I guess that sort of makes sense. Men's obituaries contain an average of about 8 words more than women, which replicates results from earlier studies. Older people tend to be written about at greater length than younger people, and that makes sense just by virtue of having more time to do more things. Yeah. The average obituary contains about 175 words. That's not very many words.
No.
That goes pretty fast. I have written obituaries for both my parents, and that's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And I had to cut it down and cut it down and cut it down. You know, you want everyone to know all the great things about your parents. Mm-hmm. And what I found out was that you didn't have to write that in an obituary because over the last 6 months, my mom passed away in June, and over the last 6 months, I can't tell you the number of people that still are coming to me and saying, oh, I remember your mom for this, and I remember when your mom did that. And so you don't have to tell everybody because
They'll tell everybody.
Yeah, she did so many cool things. Some of them I didn't even know about. So it's really
She was sneaky.
Yeah, it's really fun to hear those things. So you never ever get tired of hearing the funny story, and there were a lot of funny stories about my mom and some of the goofy stuff she did.
I remember the first time I met your mom, we were at the Bren Jam Dash.
Oh, yeah.
And I went up, shook her hand. She goes, "Oh, you are not what I expected." And I'm like, "Sorry."
Yeah, I know. The Bread and Jam Dash, she never missed one.
Oh, yeah.
She was there ringing her cowbell at every single one, and she had every shirt from every year we did it. Yeah, so she was a big cheerleader at the Bread and Jam Dash. And anyway, but when I remember writing that obituary, and you just, you know, there were so many accolades and so many cool things that she did, and it was difficult to get them all in there. And you don't have to, because people know that already. Anyway, I thought that was interesting analysis that tradition and religious faith appear most often at over 80% of obituaries. So I like to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, is this something you ever do? Be honest. I'm going to tell you that I do. Do you ever wear a pair of socks more than once before they hit the washer?
Yes.
I do too. Sometimes I, wear them for part of a day, and then I take them off, and then I move into something more casual, and then so I don't have the socks on anymore, and then I think, those are good enough for tomorrow.
I do the whole, I forgot to do laundry, so I have no clean socks, so I may as well.
I have a million clean socks, but if I happen to see a pair that are sitting right there and they go with what I have on, I might put them on a second day. Anyway, there is a microbiologist from the University of Leicester. I don't know where this came from. Anyway, advises changing your socks daily, which of course everyone probably should do. They say there is massive bacterial contamination in your socks. Yeah. Okay, this is going to gross you out, so if you're eating your cereal, put your spoon down. Human feet harbor up to 1,000 different bacterial and fungal species that thrive in warm, moist conditions.
Ew.
So, I'm never, ever putting on the same pair of socks again after I saw that. That's gross. Okay, go ahead. And I could go on. Actually, the story gets worse and more gross, and we just won't go there. But anyway, you don't want to do that. So if you're just being lazy, when you take your pair of socks off, throw them in the hamper because they have to be washed. That's just going to be the rule at my house from now on. I'm embarrassed to say that I do that once in a while. I do grab that pair and think,
yeah, maybe once every couple months I do that.
Or sometimes I leave out a little heavier pair that I put on when I go out to snow blow. And when I come back in, I think, gosh, I've had those on for, 45 minutes. Can I wear those for snow blowing tomorrow? And so, I mean, that's my justification there. There you go. Here is an interesting drone drop. Now, we've heard about drones that drop things into federal prisons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, authorities seized a drone on Sunday morning after it dropped an unusual contraband package into the Lee Correctional Institution's yard in Bishopville. I think this is in the UK. I take that back. Bishopville, South Carolina, I think. The South Carolina Department of Corrections discovered raw steak, crab legs, Old Bay seasoning, marijuana, and cigarettes intended for inmates. Somebody needed a steak.
I love the fact that they were sending in Old Bay seasoning.
Old Bay seasoning, yeah. Seems some folks were planning an early holiday. They were going to do a holiday Old Bay crab boil and steak dinner along with their marijuana and cigarettes.
As one does.
Yeah. Because when they smoke the marijuana, they get hungry.
Yeah,
right?
they get the munchies.
Yeah. Officials posted this on social media with saying that I'm guessing the inmates who were expecting the package are crabby now. No arrests have been made, and investigation continues. flying drones near South Carolina prisons carries up to 30 days in jail, while dropping contraband is a felony, punishable by 10 years in prison.
I love the fact that they're dropping steak and crab.
I know. Along with marijuana and cigarettes.
Along with weed and cigarettes, yeah. But
I mean, as long as you're dropping, can you throw in some weed and cigarettes? So, anyway. Well, I guess they thought they deserved a holiday meal. So, I wonder how hard it will be to find the drone operator. Probably fairly difficult.
yeah, I mean, especially if they didn't get the drone itself.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're probably not going to look too hard at that. Anyway. Here is, oh boy, a woman behaving badly. Jeremica Denise Murphy, her name is. She faces multiple charges after allegedly starting a house on fire on Friday morning and then cutting the firefighters' hose with a knife to stop their efforts to put out the fire. Wow.
That's doubling down.
You think? Dallas Fire Rescue responded to the blaze at 12:58 a.m. following several 911 calls. Crews found heavy flames in the one-story home's front corner room and extinguished the fire by 1:35. While firefighters battled the blaze, Murphy reportedly stabbed their hose line and was arrested at the scene. Investigators determined the fire was incendiary in nature. So Incendiary. There we go. I knew that wasn't right. In nature, which means she started it. And witnesses heard Murphy admit to starting the fire while she damaged the equipment. The vacant house sustained fire damage, but no injuries occurred. Anyway, she is out on bond, $16,000 bond, charged with criminal mischief, interfering with public duties, and drug possession. Oh, drugs may have been a factor.
Shocking.
Anyway, arson charges are expected, of course, to be added to all of that. And it was a vacant house.
Yeah.
So why she wanted to burn it down, I'm not exactly sure.
She wanted to get the lot.
Yeah, could have been the drugs. Could have been the drugs.
Could have been the drugs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's an interesting gathering. It's a gathering of golden retrievers.
Yes. Many golden retrievers were retrieved on this park one day.
Yes, yep. 2,397 golden retrievers gathered at Buenos Aires Park on Monday, breaking the unofficial world record for the largest gathering of the breed in one place. Argentine influencer organized the event and attended with his 10-year-old golden retriever named Ollie. "We made it, folks. We are the champions of the world," he said. "We have the world record for the largest golden retriever gathering. I can't explain my happiness," he said. Anyway, the gathering was dubbed the Golden Wave on social media, surpassed the previous informal record of 1,685 retrievers set in Vancouver in 2024. So they beat that by pretty good margin.
They had the Golden Wave, and after they left, they had to go in and clean up the Brown Wave.
I think you're probably right about that. And if you are a watcher of the Today Show, you will know that there was a segment later in the morning, which I, of course, never got to see because I was here, but and it was Jenna and Hoda. It's been a variety of people, but then Hoda retired or went on to, stay home with her kids. And since then, which has been, I think, about a year, they've been filling somebody in, some star, some TV star or something. But now Chanel Jones, who has been part of the Today Show for a long, long time, has been named the permanent co-host alongside Jenna Bush Hager for the 10 o'clock hour. So I'm not exactly sure what they're going to call it. It's always been the two names, so I don't know if it's going to be Jenna and Chanel or what it's going to be. But if you like the Today Show, those are going to be your two hostesses for the 10 o'clock hour going forward. So there you have. Okay, so the questions, one is really hard. How are you at composers for
I'll give it
movie themes?
I'll give it a shot. I know two of them.
It's a hard one. Who wrote the musical score for Home Alone? Never heard of the guy, if that helps.
Oh, I was going to say John Tesh, but...
oh, you're close. John is right.
John Williams?
Yes. How do you know that?
Because I only know two composers, and one of them is John Williams, and the other one is
oh, my
Tesh.
goodness. Okay.
John Williams did like Indiana Jones, Star Wars.
Oh.
He's a major.
Okay. Well, that's him. So why did I think you wouldn't know? Of
Oh,
course you do.
that's huge. What was the other question?
Why is Charlie Brown depressed in A Charlie Brown Christmas?
His lack of hair at that age.
I think that's not it. but-
Commercialism.
Yes, he thought the holiday had become way too commercial. And I suppose in some regard, he is absolutely right.
And that hair. I mean,
And that hair.
He makes it
And
look,
that Christmas tree. The Charlie Brown, the ugly Christmas
the
tree.
ugly Christmas tree.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I had the world's ugliest Christmas tree one year because I had taken so much heat about always buying a tree, a real tree at the time, that never fit either in the house or in the tree stand. And I took so much heat, I thought one year, that's it. I am not going to be in trouble for picking too big a tree. And I picked this cute little tree, and it was so cute and so little. But it did fit in the tree stand, sort of. It kind of wobbled because it was too small. But it was so small that I actually had to put it up on a table because it was so little. Yeah, so I think after that, that's when we moved to the artificial tree because I was sick of taking the hassle for the tree.
Yeah, our house, our main room where we've got our tree is 9 foot, and so is my parents. So we've got big ceilings, so we don't really have that issue.
Right. Those high ceilings are so nice, really nice. And you can get a really, really cool tree. Speaking of cool trees, so many people on social media have been posting photos of their Christmas trees. And boy, some people really, really go all out on the tree. I went backwards this year. So far, mine is just lights.
Wow.
And I think I kind of like it.
My parents have so many ornaments on their tree. They got a nice little balsam fir and smells great, looks great. They've got all the lights, all the ornaments.
I
Looks gorgeous.
I got some balsam candles, so I can make it smell like balsam, even though I've got that fake tree.
And then we got a Fraser fir at our house. And
Does it smell good?
It smells good, looks good.
Okay.
I usually let Jen do the decorating, so we've got the lights up, but we don't have two of the ornaments up, so.
Yeah, at this point, here we are midway through the month. I might skip it all together and just go with lights. I'm really getting lazy, aren't I? But the lights is what I love the most anyway.
And, we got some of the ornaments up. We got some of we've got cats, and so we've got to put the plastic ones on the bottom because they get chucked around the room pretty good.
I bet they do.
And I got a nice little photo of our latest little rescue kitty. Just glaring at an ornament going, you will be mine.
I know. You have some fun cat pictures when you put the tree up. Well, Reese's, so you and I love Reese's peanut butter cups.
Love Reese's.
Almost as much as coffee.
Yeah.
Right?
Almost as much as coffee.
Almost. Coffee is number one,
Coffee's
right?
number one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Anyway, there's the cereal Reese's Puffs. Do you like that?
No.
You don't?
No.
I don't know if I've ever had it, honestly.
I've tried it once. Jen gets it every once in a while, and I tried it, and it's just, no.
I don't eat cereal very much, hardly ever. Anyway, Reese's Puffs introducing a new cereal flavor for the first time since 1994 when they debuted the product called Reese's Puffs Dark Chocolate.
Nope.
I don't know. Might try that for science. It will appear in stores nationwide this month. It combines sweet corn puffs with real Reese's peanut butter and Hershey's cocoa. I'd go with all peanut butter.
Yeah.
I don't love chocolate in my breakfast food. Like people, get chocolate chip muffins. I don't want chocolate in my morning stuff.
No.
Even like a granola bar. I like a granola bar that's maybe honey and oats and nuts and that sort of thing, but keep the chocolate out. I don't need chocolate in the morning, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
I'm
not really a chocolate person. My morning breakfast is either an Uncrustable or a V8. So that's kind of how I roll.
I had an egg on a half of English muffin this morning.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
I know. It was good. Yeah, it was really good. Okay. So Yeah, I guess that was my only food one. There are some good combinations that are out there. Oh my gosh, speaking of good sweets, and I'm not a huge sweet person, but I do love a good chocolate and I love mint. Well, anyway, I don't know when it was, September or October, back this fall, I ordered some campfire candy from a friend of ours who has 2 little girls that we adore, and one of them is in campfire, and she asked if I would buy some of her campfire candy. Well, of course, I bought way a lot. And typically that stuff comes and then I think, well, that wasn't very good. Everything I ordered was just killer. So good.
Really?
And if I could find somebody if I could order more of those candies from Campfire, I would. So if anybody out there knows any way for me to get more Campfire candy, and they're all individually wrapped, which I love. It's the best candy ever. And they came in these cute little tins, would make great gifts. And had I known they were so good.
What about more?
Oh my gosh, I'd have bought way more. Yeah. So anyway, if anybody has a connection? He has a connection to the Campfire Girls and can still get me some of those candies.
I know a guy who knows a girl.
I am in. All right. Well, it's already Wednesday, everybody.
Yeah, it's moving fast.
Made it through halfway through the week even, and you survived a storm. So
yeah, we survived the storm.
Good on all of us. So anyway, well, that's going to wrap things up on a Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.